Hello everyone and welcome to episode 17 of Dimos' Let's Play. Look at what I'm doing! I'm actually mining! Yay! I've been using the destruction catalyst to help my mining now that I have a good amount of EMC stored up. And I just poke around here until I find oh, there's gold that way. Cop there? Oh, I guess I really didn't need a full destruction catalyst, but I just use that to mine out a good amount of it at a time. It does take EMC to use, 1 EMC per block, so it's not the necessarily most efficient EMC-wise, but it is the fastest, probably. There's a few methods that are faster, but this is probably the fastest at this stage of power that I have. But since every block is at minimum 1 EMC, and yet, we're not losing any EMC, so that's what's important. So, I make a shaft like that, and then I mine out all the ores I've exposed. Oh, I found some diamonds as well. Very nice. So this episode, I want to get finished up on the peat production. Well, hope that I finish the peat production. And then do everything else. So I'll meet you back up at the surface once I'm all ready. Just pop through my portal here. Gotta love that thing. This is looking pretty cool from overhead. Eventually I want to flatten out some of the paths here and just have a nice, make it everything look a little bit aesthetically better. Okay, just gotta hop down here. Got a lot of resources, including some overflow. Okay, control clicking is not working for me for some reason. We'll just let our sorting system take care of this all. There you go. All the contents of this. So, there's our gold situation and our iron sorted out, and a lot of diamonds as well. And from our diggers, and a lot of junk. Okay. All that will get filtered through our system. We don't need you anymore. And those are probably stuck. Uranium more. Put in a compressor. Refine uranium. And I might want to automate the processing of uranium, but it's something that I get so little of. It's not that big of a difference. Our peat bog over here is definitely getting ready to harvest at least, so want to get that started up as soon as we can. And one thing I did on this one is that I did get this up, but there's a little thing that you should know, that logistics pipes will only look for so far before giving up on the network, so I actually had to place 2 logistics pipe throughout that tunnel, so the network would remain continuous. There's a way to do it also with your options, but I was fiddling with that and I just couldn't get it to work. But now if you click there, see, now it has the green network symbol right there, so we know how to get it. Let's go over here. How are you doing with these gates? We have 1 iron gate. We'll need 2. I really thought this would be done by now. Peat's burning up. Okay, let me think. How can we do this? Just as a quick boost to the system, I'm going to request a battery. Check on my bees real quick. Yep, you're working still through, and you're done. No sense wasting EMC. We got our battery, and stuff still cooking through our system. And we're just gonna pop this within our MFE unit here. Probably, my laptop's doing pretty good. With the destruction catalyst, you also use a lot less power on your drill. Pretty soon, though, I want to upgrade my drill, although I'll probably need a bit more EMC production. I might get to that in a short segment. This episode, at least. So we hop over here. I am just gonna steal this engine real quick. Just as temporary. Oops. I'm knocking stuff everywhere. Thank you for the lever. And just gonna pop you up. Like that. And just run off the battery. Help boost us a bit more. That alone will double the input because these are producing 1 EU per tick and that will produce 2. It quickly drains the battery. I'll be back once this is completed. Just here collecting some resin from my farm. I haven't done this in a while and I think I might be running low. But with this large size of a farm, you get so much resin that it's really start to think, how can I use this all? You can actually build a rubber tree farm, but I find that it's not that useful because you just end up getting so much rubber that it's more than you'll ever need. I never did this tree. So, hopefully that should be done by now. Just grab this tree. Tap you. 40 resin, I think that would be enough for a while. Okay. You should, for the circuits, I think for the iron ones you'll need, it's a piece of pipe wire, and you're still not done yet. Great. Oh, you're out of power. That would help. Doop-de-doo. I'm on no shortage of EU right now. Electrical engines are probably my favorite, although it's mainly because they're like the most straightforward to use. But I do like having some of the other ones just because, hey, you can make complex systems like the peat, which has taken like this is like the 4th episode of working on it. And 1 sec. And almost there. And yay! We can turn you off. So for this, we're going to need 2 pieces of this pipe wire and the 2 iron ingots. Then we can pop our engine right back there. And also fill up this. It's probably not a bad idea just to have a full battery on me. Just in case for uses like that I might need it for. So let's head back over to the auto can filling thing. Okay. So, I just realized I forgot something, but okay. So we have our engine here and our bottler here. What we want to say is that when this has work to do, like there's a bottle in the top slot, we want this engine to run. Let's look up here. We're going to need a little bit of cobble. That's not the right chest. A little bit of cobble, and a little bit of glass. Probably just 1 glass. I think my philo stone is right in here. I just want to make some cobblestone transport pipes. But that's not what we're going to use these for. If we grab some gravel, and I'll just make a bit of these, and put it with these, you can make some cobblestone structure pipe. These have really no set use besides you can run these gates on them. So we have these logic gates that we made for the iron AND gates, and you can put those on most gates. Like you can put them on the cobblestone, and you can just break them off like that. But if you don't have any transport pipes or anything going on, you can use these structure pipes and just use the logic functions with it. But also with these, you can also run this pipe wire along them. It's kind of like a redstone wire, except it just goes along pipes. And we just want to put 1 here and 1 here. And when you right-click these gates, you'll get this interface. So what we want to say is that and there's a bunch of different options, and right-click and left-click to go forward and back. And it's intelligent enough that it knows about forestry. So if we say, this has work, then emit a red pipe signal. But since this does not have work right now, it does not emit, that is not full. But said if we had if red pipe signal is off, emit a redstone signal, which it is. You can see that. But if it said red pipe signal, since it's an AND gate, both would have to have work and the red pipe signal would have to be off. But we only need one of these right now. So now we have, if it has a work, emit a red pipe signal. And now we say, if there's a red pipe signal, then emit a redstone signal. So that way, when this is going, has work to do, this will turn on. So let's test the system and request a few water capsules. So our wax gets crafted up, it's sent over there, and there. Now is work. It turns on the redstone signal, the engine turns on, it gets bottled up, and now that has no more work, the redstone signal turns off, and we have our bottles. And it's a fully functioning system. Hooray! I'm glad this worked out. Because, hey, it's overly complicated and it took a while to build those gates, but hey, the system works. And hey, we're not losing EU from having this constantly on. I don't think we could afford that with our watermill system anyway. You can even see it. Okay. So now that we have that, we can also have our bog earth recipe will work. So let's just request some bog earth. Let's just get one set. And see how well it does. We already have water cans up there, so that shouldn't be too bad. And our bog earth comes out. And it kind of looks like just like blah. Okay. So now we have this. And how much sand we got? We got a good amount of sand, but I'll fix our sand situation in a second. But for now, we can have something like this. If we grab some lappies, and we put it on either side of the logistics pipe, we can get the supplier logistics pipe. And I'll show you what we do, how that works, once we're at the other end of our pipe network here. Okay, we're back over here, and let's hope that my logistics pipes in there will help. I'm going to put this in here. Oh, and before we do this, I actually got to put a portal down so we can easily swap between places. Be right back. Okay, I want to see if this actually works. Alright. So if we say here, and we're going to say partial requests, no. So pretty much what this will do is that it will keep... Oh, that's not the inventory we want. How do we want to run this? That's on that end. Okay. One sec. We're going to want to run this like that. And grab some stone transport pipes, and we'll say like that. Would even cover you up. We'll go over here. We'll say you, because not our turbary. That's not right either. We want our peat bog to get this. And replace the cobble. And we're going to say, for the supplier logistics pipe, wrench here. Okay, we're going to want to keep, let's say about, not like that. Let's say we keep 20, or let's say about 32, half a stack of bog earth, always stocked. And that will say, it's kind of like automatically requesting it like we do here. But it's not requesting it. That should work. Let me fiddle with my config settings and see if I can get this to work. Because I have a hunch that this isn't actually connecting through the entire network there. And I'll be back once I figure out the problem. Okay, if you see this here, it is red, which means that there is no path there that it's requesting, so we're going to need some more logistics pipes. So just get 8 more of those. 7, 8. Missing 1 diamond transport pipe. Well, might as well. Oh, but we don't have a crafting pipe yet. Fine, I'll just make it. Fine, I'll do it the boring way. I'll teach that thing how to make those eventually. And I'm not running on short-end diamonds anymore, so... Please give me 8 of you. Huzzah. Portal in here. And over here. I just completed Portal the other day. Or Portal 2 at least. Still haven't played Portal. So that one's red. And that one's red over there. What if we put one right there? Green, green, green. Okay, now do you realize that okay, you're red still. Green, green, you're still red. Guess it really doesn't like over these long distances. No, it doesn't. Alright, give me a sec. Okay, before I fell down that hole, I really cannot figure out what's going wrong with this. I have a... I just don't know. Okay, I know what is going wrong, I just don't know how to fix it. I'm going to mess with my config files off camera a bit, probably between episodes here, and try to get it to work. Poke around in some of the Buildcraft forums and such, try to see if I can get an answer there. And hopefully I'll be able to get it to work. But what this should be doing, I can explain that, is that it should be saying that always have 30 bog earth in this inventory. But it obviously can't detect that. So we're going to have to go some other way. I have a few alternative ways that are a bit more complicated if I can get that, but I'll make sure we'll just move on without that. But otherwise, our peat bogs there. I am going to go over here and just say, okay, we got 8 bog earth. Let's just grab another, let's say, 2 more stacks. And go. Watch everything fly through the system. And lots of bog earth to get all made. Lot of dirt and sand. We'll have to figure out a way to get sand, but I found that should be an easy way. Because sand's not something you often collect, but there's a way that we can automatically make it pretty quickly. In fact, let's do that. Okay, what's wrong with you? Oh, we're being slow over here. That's alright. Okay, well that's waiting. Let's figure out the way of automatically transmuting, like say, what do we have more of, dirt or cobble? Let's do cobble to sand. While you can put it in a macerator and do it all that way, I don't feel like wiring stuff and building another macerator. We're going to do the slightly more expensive, but slightly more efficient way with equivalent exchange. We're going to grab an alchemy chest, as well as 4 obsidian. We're going to run over here, and then we're going to grab 4 diamonds, so fairly expensive. For your alchemical chest with 4 diamonds and 4 obsidian, got that backwards. And we get the energy condenser. Let's teach this to our transmutation table just so it knows. So what the energy condenser does is that if you put an item like cobble in the top slot, it will target that item, and any item that you put in here will be converted to that item in terms of EMC. So 5 cobble and dirt have the same EMC, so the 5 dirt was changed into 5 cobble. We're going to use this along with a crafting logistics pipe to change cobble into sand. Need 2 pieces of sand and a piece of cobble. In fact, I'll take out all the sand but one. What am I looking for? Glowstone. Put you in there. Crafting logistics pipe. And while it's on an automatic crafting table, this should work. So you noted that we have no, or hardly any, sand in our chest up there, so it should be forced to get this. And we'll say, hey, if you put in, not 2, 1 cobble, you'll get 1 sand. Which is true. Let's see if that works. We got all the bog earth. Put that in a second. We'll say, okay, take 1 cobble, or say we want just 30 sand. Oh, it took it out of there. Okay. Okay. I don't think that's gonna work now. Okay. I'll just have to manually fill the sand. Not big of a problem. And we'll just salvage everything. Hey, but I showed you the energy condenser, and that was my plan all along, was just to show you the energy condenser. Yeah, let's go with that. We can just salvage this back down into EMC, grab the 4 diamonds that we use from our chest, and throw them in here. So let's travel out to our, blue portals out there. Place here. Throw our bog earth in. Well, wrong thing. Bog earth in there. And we can flip the switch. And this thing will start to replace all the bog earth. And you can see it doing it over there. And harvest and put everything away. Oh, but that's something weird that we're going to have to hold on to. Because it's ejecting into the pipe before it is ejecting into the chest, which we don't want. So until then, we'll just put all our pipes in here. So let's do the edge here. We could, I'm thinking stone bricks like that. But since this is kind of like a marsh area, why don't we use mossy bricks? But hey, that would require finding a stronghold, and you know what, really, I don't feel like doing that right now. But red power adds a way that you can actually make stone bricks, mossy bricks. But you have to have some mossy bricks to begin with. Where am I going to get that? I'd need a stronghold. But with Thaumcraft 2, some of the obelisks, and I've already confirmed that the obelisk over here has mossy brick on it, ready for me to use. Right over here. I'll still get into how to get into this obelisk later, but I'll just steal this piece of mossy brick. Very nice. Yes, we could transmute it, but I'm going to show you a cool mechanic. I'll be back once I'm over there and I have a good place to build this. Okay, I'm just going to pop over to this cliffside here and make a quick tunnel. Not bad. So the requirements to make mossy stone is A, it must not have a clear you must not have a clear line of sight to the sky. You must be touching some other mossy cobble. or bricks. You can also do this to make mossy cobble. And finally, you must be touching water. But if you have all those three of those things, it'll work. So I'm just gonna transmute some of the walls here. This cave. I'll just leave that there. And you just make a canal here. Out to about here. And I'll fill this with water and be back. Okay, just gonna grab a few stone bricks. And I have some wood so I can make a chest. To hold excess in that area. Just gonna head out over there, and I meant to plop a portal down. Oh well. So now we're down here. I'm just gonna place this chest down and some of the extra here. We're just gonna start on this side. Eventually we'll need 2 pieces so we can grow down that side too, but we're not gonna worry for that for now. And just place a piece of mossy stone there. Then I'm just gonna clear out here. Up until the roof stops. And just gonna place a stone brick, just like that. And it should grow out over time to here. So we'll check on this later to see how it progresses. But in the meantime, as a stopgap measure for some of the problems we can experience with this, is that sometimes this block will just disappear completely. So we're just gonna, on either side of all these water ports, plug these so it doesn't flood everywhere. I'll meet you back in the base, and I think we're gonna upgrade our EMC collection from our relay and collector. Before I do that, I just want to check on my research. And I got nothing. I'll refill that in a bit. And our bees, we just have our commons going, but excuse me. Oh, sorry I couldn't hit mute on time, but oh well. So, you know, this is a good amount of EMC we're collecting here. We have 3 diamonds, we're going to need 6 more. How many diamonds can we get out of this? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, not enough. Just put 1 in. So we need, what? I'm just going to steal a couple pieces of tungsten out of here. Oops. And just grab some diamonds. And with this, we're going to make our first piece of dark matter. So you make a diamond block and surround it with Eternalist fuel, you get dark matter, worth almost 140,000 DMC. So very, very expensive. We're going to teach it to our transmutation table, but it is also very useful. You can make dark matter blocks out of it. It's also used to make red matter. You can make all sorts of tools. The pickaxe is very nice. I might want to get that eventually. Also used for the red matter tools. You can make armor. But what we're looking at is the Mark III relay and collector. Mostly the relay. You can also make some of the other power items that eventually I want to get. But we're going to upgrade this relay. Upgrade the relay, like you know, for the level 1 one, will boost the efficiency of all adjacent collectors, but the level 2 one will boost it by even more. As well as also burn up items faster, and a few other cool things. So we're just going to break you. You have a little bit of EMC in you, but I don't really care. Just put the dark matter on top, obsidian, relay Mark III. Very expensive, 213. So yeah. Oh, I never taught the Mark I relay. Oh well. I'll just put that down. See, it's getting EMC a good amount faster, as well as it doing that. We can also make the Mark III relay, but that will be far more expensive because that's it requires a piece of red matter, which is 3 more dark matter, and 6 pieces of Eternalist. So, rather expensive recipe. Oh, and our coke oven looked like it finished. And from that we got 64 coal coke, which is just a fuel, but it burns 16 items, so pretty nice. And we got some creosote oil, which is used to make rail beds and wooden ties. You can also put it into cans, I guess. And we just get some coal coke. We'll put this in our railcraft and other stuff. Chest. And you know what? We'll put another stack of coal in there. Okay, what next? Okay, it's getting to about to the wrapping up point. But since I just finished up Portal 2, I think it's time to do something pretty neat. We're gonna want some just plain stone. Some iron. And where would I keep that? We need a couple roses, but they're not in here. But you know where we can get flowers? Bees. And if you notice that we only put like a few flowers over here, we need a few roses. So I just finished Portal 2. And if you put this here, and just take some stone and some iron, you can get weighted storage cubes. If you haven't played Portal, these are kind of like one of the most basic components that you use for like pressure plates and such. But if you take your weighted storage cubes and use a rose on it, they turn into companion cubes. Yay! You can stack them onto each other. But if you know the end of Portal 1, you know, hey, you end up killing the companion cube. So, if you put your companion cube in the furnace, you get a music choice for Still Alive. You can also do that again, but if you put it in again, you get the radio loop. Which is, you know, the radio, if you recall, it's the radio that is in Portal 1. We'll get that in a second. And I forgot, I need 2 more companion cubes. And my thing auto-refilled. 7, 8. Stone. Get it back on my back. Six. Or no, that's way too much. Build a few more of these. And a few more roses. And we burn these up. And you put 2 Still Alive tracks together, you get Want You Gone, the credit song to Portal 2. And it'll cost us a diamond, but might as well, now that we got these, make a jukebox. I'll just put it right in here. And probably one chest. Hopefully I'll be able to find some other music discs and chests and stuff. And with that, this has been episode 17 of Dimos' Let's Play. And I'm sorry I didn't get that thing working with the logistics pipe and the supplier pipe, but hopefully I'll get that next episode. Until then, this has been Dimos. See y'all later.